What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the one simple habit that changed my life. Now, for the first timers on my channel who want consistent updates, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the bell icon so you do not miss a single thing. Also, before going into what this habit is, my Patreon is now officially launched. I have exclusive content, so if you guys would like to follow me on Patreon, the link is in the description. It's for exclusive content. It's also just to support me in general, so I'd really appreciate that. So the one simple habit that changed my life. This habit is consuming quality content. Now let me explain. Guys, we live in a day and age right now where it's super accessible to access content, literally any type of content from the convenience of your own phone, your own fingers. Any and every type of content can be accessed. But the problem is most of the content that most of us consume isn't exactly high quality content. Most of it is either low quality content or content that doesn't necessarily contribute to our goals and our values and just the direction we want to head to in life. So let me elaborate first by going over my personal journey. So when I was 21 years old, this is fall of 2015, and oh my goodness, it's been almost 7 years. That is crazy. But anyways, ever since fall of 2015, I took it upon myself to start reading a personal development book. Part of this was because I was genuinely interested in personal development because I wanted to improve my life in some way, shape, or form. The other part was just because I was curious and I was like, let's see what happens. But anyways, it started with one book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And by the way, I really recommend that book. It will literally work until the end of time in terms of its principles and in terms of genuinely connecting with other people and getting them to like you for who you really are, genuinely, obviously not by manipulation. And I'll link that in the description below. Starting that one book, I really learned a lot about that book, and it really helped me in my social life and just connecting with others in general. And because that one book helped me in one aspect of my life, I started thinking, what else could I do? What other type of content is out there for me to consume to improve my life? And so I was in pharmacy school. I had actually just started, again, this is fall of 2015, and then I purchased 5 other personal development books, and I kept reading them over the next couple weeks, despite the fact that I was in pharmacy school. And believe me, pharmacy school is not simple. It is super tough, and you have an exam every single week for 3 years. So trust me, that is not simple. These books, after reading them and consuming that type of content, I noticed my life was getting better and better and better and better and better, and I was improving. And what's good about it was I actually enjoyed reading them because I enjoyed the fact that I'm improving, and I just enjoyed the content I was consuming in general. So with each book I read, I became a better and better person, and I kept growing and growing and growing. And so I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna delve deeper into this category of books, into this category of content, be it videos, books, seminars, online courses, whatever it is. I'm gonna delve deeply into this. And by the way, for those 5 books, I'll also link them in the description below because they're extremely valuable, and they can literally help anyone achieve specific goals they want out of life, and they'll just make you a better person. So why not? Back to my journey. Long story short, ever since then, which is fall of 2015, I have been consuming mostly quality content. This is in the form of books, seminars, videos, online courses, and all I can say is I have absolutely no regrets. These books have improved literally every single area of my life when it comes to time management, emotional intelligence, money management, good communication skills, knowing how to deal with members of the opposite sex, confidence, habits, and how to develop better habits within you, overcoming obstacles, and way more skills. Now, the reason why I talk about my journey like that is not because I want to make it seem like I'm better than you or that I have everything figured out, because I assure you that I do not have everything figured out. However, I'm telling you this because it is possible that you fall into the category of people who consume low quality content. So then now let's explain what low quality content is. So low quality content is content that isn't necessarily bad in and of itself, but content that doesn't necessarily take you closer to your goals. It's not the content itself that's bad, although there's literally bad content out there that's literally bad for you to watch, which you absolutely shouldn't, and you probably know what it is. But the problem with that content is the side effects that come with consuming that content. The side effects include things such as laziness, procrastination, lack of energy, eating a ton of junk food, and it's just going to take you down a negative path in general. Anything that doesn't give you knowledge or make you money, for the most part, generally speaking, is considered low quality content. You see, the overwhelming majority of people focus mainly on low quality content, whether they know it or not. This is in the form of binge watching movies on Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, TikTok, all just a bunch of unnecessary shit, a bunch of unnecessary videos that take you away from your goals. You see, don't get me wrong, I personally am a movie fanatic. I love movies, especially inspirational movies that have a good storyline and have a good message built within the movie. Now, I don't consume this type of content on a daily basis. I only do so sometimes when I'm like overworked and I just need to relax so I don't burn myself out. Or when I'm with my family or brothers and they're watching a show, for example, sure, maybe I could watch an episode episode or two with them. There's nothing harmful about that. But I don't consistently and daily consume content like this. Why? Because I know it's not going to take me any closer to my goals. In fact, the more and more I consume this content, the further and further and further away I'm going to be from my goals. And that absolutely cannot happen to me. That's like a nightmare to me. I am not into that. I'm into my goals, and my main focus in life is getting closer to my objectives and my goals and meeting those goals and just making more money and being a better person in general. And that's why I strongly recommend that you be very selective and intentional about the kind of content you consume. Because if you're not intentional about it, you will literally drift away from your goals and consume negative or low quality content without even knowing it. This could be either Netflix, it could even be the news. Speaking of the news, that's an example of really bad quality content. That's a great example. I actually like to call it the bad news because most of the news nowadays, it focuses on the negatives. Why? In my opinion, at least, it's the government's way to control us, to get us to think how the government wants us to think instead of us thinking how we really should think. This is just my opinion, but I just believe it's negative quality content. And the good thing about quality content is that you get to focus specifically on the thing that you want to accomplish or achieve, or the way you want to grow in life. Even if you're broke and you can't necessarily afford a specific type of course, a specific type of mentorship, a specific type of coaching, those books, if you're broke, even though of course mentorship and coaching would be better because it's one-on-one and it's personalized, but if you're broke and you can't afford that for the time being, those books in and of themselves will serve as mentors to you. Because if you're consuming this content on a daily basis, or at least most days of the week, even if it's not reading, even if it's just watching 10-20 minute YouTube videos that can literally benefit you and teach you a skill or whatever, these will kind of be like your mentors over time because you keep consuming it and your mind will start to pick this up as though this person is your mentor. Or content like this in general, that content will be kind of like your mentor as the days and weeks go on, when you're really intentional about your own growth and the type of content that you want to consume. And guys, consuming high quality content like that will put you way ahead of your competition, especially if you're really young learning this. It's going to put you ahead of your competition no matter what field you're in, because you will be more socially adept, you will have better communication skills, you will just be able to pick up on different social cues in general, you'll be more knowledgeable about certain things, you'll be able to maneuver your way more around certain things, you'll have better persuasion skills, you'll have better goal setting skills. Whatever skill it is, dude, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but whatever skill it is, you cannot lose by this. You could only gain by applying this. And also, don't expect most people to understand this journey you're on, because quite frankly, most people simply won't understand. They just won't. You're actively investing in yourself if you're on this path, and most people don't actively invest in themselves. Most people are too lazy. Most people have horrible habits. Most people have horrible eating habits, horrible reading habits, horrible health habits, horrible food they put into their body. They don't work out. But you going on this path, like I said, will put you way ahead of your competition. Let me give you a personal example. Back when I was in pharmacy school, one of my friends at the time, I was talking to casually, and I had paid $200 into this one personal development course. It was like a mini course by Bob Proctor. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's basically a personal development legend, or was a personal development legend. Bob Proctor passed around 3 months ago, and it kind of sucked when he passed away. But anyways, I wanted to invest my time into things related to personal development and growth. And when I was telling my friend about this, about me signing up for that event, he didn't understand why I was doing it. He was like, $200? You could pay that for a Drake concert. So internally, I was like, you don't understand. This guy just doesn't get it. You see, that's the thing. When you're on this path and you're doing better for yourself, most people won't understand. And because most people won't understand, they won't be able to relate to you. But here's how I see it. It's way better to be walking alone in the right direction than it is to walk with others in the wrong direction.